I haven't done this whole YouTube thing in a while, so let's see if I still remember how to do it. Hello everyone! It has been quite a minute, hasn't it? Well, yes it has. This is the longest I've been away from YouTube in years, actually. So I've been up to some stuff during my time away, and one of those things is right behind me. So I know what some of you might be thinking. You bought a new car? No, I didn't. I have had this 2004 Mazda Miata since 2019. In fact, my ownership of this car is almost exactly 4 years now. So during my 1 month absence, I went back to the Midwest. And one of those reasons was to get this car back. Ever since I moved from Wisconsin to Colorado, I've been talking about bringing this car back, but up until this point, I just didn't have the right opportunity to. Now it's here. So during the middle of May, pretty much right when my semester ends, I took off out of Colorado and went back to the Midwest. I then got a new battery for this car, started it up, made sure it ran before I did anything with it, but once I figured out that the car was okay and hadn't been infested with anything other than ants and spiders, I cleaned those out of there and then got to work getting this thing roadworthy so I could drive it back. So day one with this car was just a lot of cleaning, vacuuming, and some chemical sprays for killing ants and spiders that had invaded. And then day two was getting the car roadworthy again, which included getting new wheels and tires on this car. They're not new. They're the wheels and tires I drive on. I'll show you them. Here they are. They're Koenigs with Toyo Prox's R888Rs on them. That's the wheel and tire setup that this car has. It was sitting on some really junky old tires, and I, of course, wasn't going to drive with those. Did an oil change because don't really want to drive with oil that's just been sitting there. It's not exactly good, although the oil didn't look too bad when I drained it out. That was actually quite a surprise to me. And then lastly, and this wasn't really a required thing for getting the car driving again, I changed the exhaust out. Well, I changed the muffler. Previously, I had a muffler delete axle back on this car, and this is what that sounded like. And honestly, a little bit too loud for my taste and a little bit too raspy as well. So I ended up removing it and I installed a Hooker Blackheart muffler. And that's what that sounds like. I love the exhaust that's on this car now. I think it sounds great, it's quiet, it's nice, it's not annoying. I've come to realize that a convertible is much more enjoyable if the exhaust is slightly louder than stock, but not too loud, but that might just be me. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention, I put a new top on it. I'm not going to show you the old top that this car had. Picture a top that is ripped and duct taped together and has the back window falling out of it. If you imagine that, you'll have a pretty good idea of what this car looked like before the new top. I also did some other stuff while I was back in Wisconsin, most notably going to Automotion towards the end of May. If you don't know what Automotion is, it's a big car show slash car meet slash whatever you want to call it in the Wisconsin Dells. And there's hundreds, if not thousands of cars that show up to that. It's a pretty big event. Brought this car there, didn't bring it to any shows or anything. I drove it there, it was fun. It was cool to hang out with everyone again, so yeah, nice. I did also record some stuff at Automotion too, so video coming soon. So, now that the Miata is back in my possession, what are my plans with it? For starters, I'd quite like to fix the second gear grinding problem. That is priority numero uno. Secondly, after that, probably is maintenance stuff and making sure this car's mechanically sound. And thirdly, how does a turbo sound? I mean, we have to do something forced induction with this car. I mean, this is my last naturally aspirated car. Whoops, didn't mean to say that. I don't want to go too crazy with this car. I want it to be fun. I want it to be dailyable in the summer. It is a convertible after all. So I would quite like to keep it reliable. And what's more reliable than throwing a turbo kit on it, eh? Oh, that's right. My washer fluid's empty. Hold on, let's fix that. Oh. This washer fluid reservoir is a lot smaller than I expected. Okay, that's why I ran out so quickly. Right, with that, I have one last thing to say before I end off the video. I'm retiring. from having an upload schedule. Over this last month I've been gone, I've really been thinking about it, and I feel like given my current situation, with YouTube not being my job, having an upload schedule is kind of taking the fun out of it. It's just another deadline I have to meet, and I already have to meet a lot of other deadlines. I think getting rid of the upload schedule is gonna make uploading more fun again, because I won't have a deadline to meet. I'll just have a video, and I'll have a video that I'm happy with and I don't feel like I rushed, and I think I'll just be more satisfied overall with the kinds of videos I'm posting. So with that being said, thank you all very much for joining me today. I know it's been a while, but here I am again, and next video I have something kind of cool to show you, so I'll see you then. Goodbye.